Welcome back. It has been about a month now since the demolition of Sunrise Mall first started, and crews continue to make progress.
As we have reported, city leaders say that the property's new owner has big plans that include high-rise housing, hotels, and other commercial development is possible. Tonight, our Bill Churchwell caught up with a couple of folks who shared their memories of the mall's rise and fall. Bill?
Yeah, of course, the mall's nostalgia captured in film with the movie Legend of Billie Jean. But for one resident who grew up in his mom's shop, Sunrise Mall was his entire childhood. Piles of rubble and twisted metal now make up the core of what was once Sunrise Mall.
It looks pretty sad.
Patricia Figueroa stopped by on her bicycle for one last look.
It was the coolest mall when I was in high school. It was like the second one. Everybody hung around. Mom dropped you off at the movies.
Maybe it was catching your favorite band during Domingo Live in the mall's court. Or perhaps it was that trip to the Dollar Theater.
You can see the windows where I bought plenty of tickets. Saw Terminator 2 there when it came out.
For those who grew up here, the memories are something that can't be torn down.
I remember running away from my mom's flower shop tucked underneath the escalators. It was called Flowerama.
John Wood says as a kid, the mall was his very own playground, often sneaking away while his mom was busy with customers to the KB toy store.
Security guard guy named Ben, and he would walk little Johnny back to Flowerama, and everybody in the mall knew me, from the arcades to the cookie store.
He says it was the mid-'80s when his family first noticed things started to go south for the once thriving mall. With the Texas oil crisis, he says retailers were forced to make up the cost for dwindling customers.
Started seeing all the mom and pops start going down, then the box stores, Frost Brothers packed up and moved out. And instead of them working with anybody or trying to be compassionate for a current situation, they basically doubled the rent on the remaining stores.
It closed its doors for good in 2019.
Really, it was like a stake in the heart to see how bad somebody could let something get so neglected and let go that had so much potential.
Today, crews continue to demolish the inner part of the complex. Some of the outer locations owned by others seen here in this blueprint will remain as plans call for the redevelopment of the property.
You know, as much as I feel like I have some ties to the old mall, it's kind of better to put this thing down and see something new and thriving.
And as the walls come tumbling down, the storied past of Sunrise Mall will still hold a permanent spot in the hearts of South Texans.
I've never been in another mall that was like it.
Bill Churchwell, 3 News.
All right, good job, Bill. Thank you for that report. And you know what? I think we all agree it was time for it to come down, but that doesn't change a thing that folks remember about that mall and the impact it had in their lives.
Yeah, one of a kind, truly. I think of that mall, I think about I see a lot of neon. There's a lot of palm trees inside, lots of natural lighting coming down from the windows on the ceiling, and it was beautiful. What a time, I think. And the mural of the marine life, the whales and the sharks, whenever you're walking in from Steinmart into the main part of the mall. Oh, I wish if we could just go back in time one day, spend a few hours in Sunrise Mall. I think we would all have
Everybody
fun.
would go back and video it all now.
Yes, of course.
Well, what store would you go to?
I think the toy store. The toy store. There was also there was one store that had a basketball hoop in it. I think it was a shoe store,
Like
but
Champs or something?
maybe something like that.
We could talk about this all day.